designers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And it is what is it? It's a Wednesday. Whoop, whoop. And so we are here and just enjoying time and life and all that good stuff. So I'm excited to share with you what we're doing today, and including a new fold, a new fun fold. So this is what our sketch looks like. This is from Mojo Monday, and the sketch was made by Julie Tillman. And thank you, Julie. I really liked this, and it gave me great ideas that I could expand on. So my cards are not that fabulous this time, but hey, I did the best that I could. So first of all, this is my first card that I used. Now, I used the designer series paper from the Floral Delight, and I think it is retiring pretty soon if it has not retired already. But you know, I really like it. I think it is a great designer series paper, and that's what I used on the bottom. And I don't know if you guys remember, because we've had this for such a long time. This is what I used at the bottom of this. It's on the back side of these beautiful daffodils, flowers, floral. And this has the crumb cake. Lots of different colors that make this up. I love the old olive. I love the checkered. I thought that we had something that had the pool party, but I guess not. I think I was thinking of this. And this is just the white stripes with spots. So this is fabulous. I love that. I also use the Ladybug Picnic 3D folder, and you can see it right here in back, because I just thought you got to have a little ladybugs when you're dealing with flowers. And I really like that. This was just a real simple card. I tried to add this, but when I put it all together, let me see if I can bring it up here. It really just kind of got lost here. So I decided that I would go with a lemon lolly, and this is pool party. All right, this is the old olive. This is again our designer series paper. That is the Floral Delight. Pumpkin pie. This is peach pie. This is peach pie. All right, and again, this is the specialty paper. Now, I want to tell you about this, because I have times where I want to send something to somebody, and I have written incorrect things on the insert of my card. So I just decided that this time I'm either going to have you all the best, and that again is wishing you all the best. Have flowers down at the bottom. This is crushed curry, and I stamped off. This is pumpkin pie, and this is peach pie. So you get to choose. What do you want? So that's what I left available for you to put together. So this is my first card that we are doing, and the ink that I used was let me bring this in. This was all about the pool party. And then when I did the other card, oh, I can't find the insert. Oh, yes, I can. On the other one, all I did was use the pumpkin pie and the peach pie. And that's all I did for this one. So I'm going to just leave that up to you guys to make a decision. But this is kind of easy. And you can also leave it plain and decide what you want to do once you come upon that. All right. Again, we have all the dimensions on this, or it will be on my blog. So please make sure that you check that out. So we're going to bring in our just silicone pad, And again, this is really nice that you get it to decide. And so I'm just going to do this time. So I wanted to have something again to do 2 different things so I could get you guys a little bit excited about exactly what do you want to do and how do you want things to look and all that good stuff. So I'm going to try to measure this so it is the same space all the way around. Okay. Then I'm going to add this, and I thought I had all my dimensionals ready, but obviously I have not. Maybe what I need to show you is exactly what do I do. So once it gets down to nothing, then all I do is I cut it up so we can go ahead and use these as dimensionals. And so they last a little bit longer. So this I can use for long strips, and these are just like the plain old dimensionals that I will use right now with my cards. And they just have a little tail. And I'm going to use 6. No, maybe I'm going to just use 5. So this is what it's going to look like. All right. And then we got to get our little ladybugs going in the right direction. And they're going to, again, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Try to make sure that the spacing is all the way around at the top. So I'm just kind of looking at where I am with all the spacing, and I think that's going to work out the best. All right, then I'm going to put this little box in the center, and it's a square box. So that's all I'm going to do for this. And then again, this, I didn't talk to you about the wishing. This is the Delightful Wishes bundle. And it has the wishing, and the wishing is in dies, which I really like. It also has like limbs that you can use. This will fit if you wanted to use it for the wishing you a birthday. You know, it gives you an opportunity to use that. Here's a littler one, then you can add things on the side. But this is really nice. So I used this die and this die. And that's how I put this together. And then these are two-tone, because you should be able to see them, two-tone, what is it? Old Olive that I used. And that's it from this. I love these. I think these are just so beautiful, and they're so much fun. And I want to make sure that before they all go away, I get a chance just to play with them. So things are going to change. You guys already know that the catalogs are out. So I'm just going to put this right here in the middle. I'm going to go down just a little bit. I want a little color down here. Get this out of the way. And so then the dies came out with the Lolly Yellow, or the Lolly Lemon, and the Pool Party. So that's what I did. And I'm going to bring in my Tombow glue or my liquid glue. And all I'm going to do is, again, give it a really light. And sometimes they run really heavy-handed. I am really not pressing on this, but I know that because I leave it upside down, it is always ready to ink itself up. I'm going to grab my tweezers. So this is how much I put on. I'm going to let it go ahead and try to focus. There we go. So it's not a lot. And I wanted to kind of put it at a little bit of an angle. And then I wanted to continue with this on the inside. So wishing and whatever. You all the best, or wishing you a happy birthday. So that's what I did with my card. And this is everything. So this is how easy this card is. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like this designer series paper a little bit more because it does have the old olive in here? Or do you like this where it already just has some of the lolly lemon? So I'm going to take this, and I used a lolly lemon, and I really just didn't like that. So I decided that I am going to, whoops, I know that landed here someplace. There we go. These are just old. Rhinestones. Let me see if I can doctor this up enough. All right, and then I have one more for my dotting of my eyes. Whoa. There we go. Press on that, and then I use just 2 of the middle ones just to add a little bit of dimensions to what's going on here. And you can see I colored these, excuse me, with some Pool Party, but I didn't really like the way that they fit with this color, so it looked like it was a different color. So that's my card. So tell me what you think, and thank you to everybody who is watching right now. So I really appreciate you spending time with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please make sure that you give me a like, that you subscribe, that you give me shout outs. Love shout outs. So anything you need, I'll take it. So this is what we got here then. So that's our first one. Now our next card is a fun fold. And I wrote everything down so you could see it. Oh, let me start off. Paper we're using. Again, retiring. This is the 2004-2006 in color Glimmer paper, and it's Glimmer specialty paper. Love this stuff. It has all the colors that are, I'm crying, going away. But I did use the Pretty in Pink, and this is the Pretty in Pink one. And then we have this, I think it's called a Lunar Lustre, and that's a specialty paper. And it looks like it is silver on both sides, but one side, excuse me, looks a little bit lighter. It's almost like, reminds me of a two-tone paper, so I love that. And then you guys know how I feel about this splash of sparkles. Whoa! And that this is specialty paper. It has gold and silver in it. So I used a little bit of everything. And I just really, I enjoyed this. I thought this is just so much fun. You got to get it before it goes. I think it is an online exclusive, but boy, this is fun to play with. This stuff here is some of my favorite. I don't like the orange as much, but boy, the blue and the purples, and look at that. Oh, look at this. With the balmy blue. So that's what I did. I also used the Fabulous Sayings, and I did You Can Do Anything. And then I used the bundle of the Fragrant layers, dies, and then the stamps. And on these are what I used for the, this was the bubble bath that I used on top. And then the Pretty in Pink is what I used to the bottom. So I will show you this in just a minute. So those are the cards that I used. I also used the 2004 and 2006 in color flat pearls. So mine were all the beautiful pretty in pink. This is the inside. This is a pretty in pink, and it's you can do anything, left a little room that you can write. And this is the lower gate fold Dutch door. So this is what it looks like. And you can see that I used Balmy Blue up here, and then I added the Designer Series specialty paper. This is the Lunar Lustre. This is just basic white. This is the specialty paper, the Splash. And again, this is the specialty paper. And then this is just our insert of pretty in pink. Otherwise, the card is basic white. So that's what it is. All right, so I have everything here so you can see everything that you need. Let me get it all organized. And I think I made this one bigger because I didn't want to use the blue on the inside. I just wanted it to be one color. Here's that. And you cut 4 of these pieces. And again, everything you need will be on my blog. All right. So let's start off with this. I wrote it down so you could see it. And we'll just go. This paper is 8 inches by 7 1/8. 8. Let's go this. No, that's right. 8 by 7 1/8. All right. You will score. So I brought in my Simply Score. I brought this in to score with. And I did it at 2 and at 6. So that's what I scored there. And then I turned it to the 7.5, and I scored this line at 2 3/8. Then I brought in my scorer, or my, trimmer, because it was easier for me to put this at 4 3/4 and only score to the 2-inch lines on both sides. So I could score here, and then I could bring it over here to the 2-inch and score here. So that gave me just a really great way of getting this ready for you. So now what needs to happen is that I am going to cut these flaps off. So at the last score line, the 4 3/4, let me make sure I have that, because this one's harder to see than the other one is. I'm just going to cut this off. I'm going to go right down the line, and all I'm doing is taking off the top part of the scored area. And then cutting it again. White sometimes is really hard to see, and pulling that off. So that's where we are on the whole thing. So that is the template that you need. Score at 2 and 6, then flip, score at 2 3/8, and then down here it is at 4 3/4. I can't go across and get those lines even on my Simply Score, so I just had to fake it. This is how I did it. Now the next thing you have to do is that you have to make sure that you get a good crease. So these stay down. So you are going to want to turn it both directions so this will lay down. So you kind of really want to break out the fibers. And so that's all we're going to do is just break down the fibers. And you can see that I didn't do it as much on this one, so they are pretty floppy. And so this is coming down, so you can see it's all coming together. We have our gatefold, and then we have our Dutch door. All right. There we go. Now we can put everything together really easily. So with this, I want this pink on the front. Let me see if I can find it. I want a little bit of the silver color. So all we're going to do is add that on here. There we go. And we're just going to open it then. And we're going to put this color on the inside because I wanted the gold to really shine on the inside. And this one doesn't have all the different blues like the other one does. I wanted to kind of say as similar as I can. And then we're going to take a look at these and make a decision on, I wanted more silver again and then less. So I really decided that this is going to be my front. And then I can shine on the inside. So here we go. And here is one more. So you can see that this is all coming together and it lays flatter. So now we're going to get ready to open it up, and now we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to have some blue showing on the inside, and again, some of that beautiful silver. And on this time, because I did not have enough time, I did not put down all the supplies. And I decided that I am not going to do that for this time. So if you have questions about what I used, please contact me so we can talk about that. And then I'm just putting the insert in. There we go. So again, we have our gatefold, and then we have our Dutch door. So we're going to go ahead and give it just, I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit. I'm going to try it on this too to see if I can have just a little more give. And all I'm doing is scoring, trying to get a good crease. All right, so that's where we are as far as that goes. So now we're going to put the white on the luster. There you go. And then I have already put some dimensionals on. And I put some dimensionals in the middle so then I can add some of the flat pearls and have them stay, because otherwise I lost a lot of those pearls when I was putting them on the first time because the holes were too big. So I just decided I'm going to add my dimensional there. Nobody will ever know that they are sitting there. And I think I have bigger ones that can work here. So all I'm doing is just kind of adding this in the middle. We're going to bring in, oh, I got one here. So I'm going to bring in one big one and put it right here. And now it won't sink down. I'm going to add just a couple of other ones down here in the corner. And one more, and then I'm going to have a little one going up towards the side. Then I'm just bringing in the others, and they're going to be the big flat pearls. And again, thank you, people. I really appreciate you. I just think this is great. I just am very grateful to you. Let me see if I can just grab these on the inside. Thank you for staying with me on this. And again, I hope you like the fun fold. This is really cute. There we go. So that's how that looks. So now we are just going to figure out about where do we want this. And I think I want it up just a little bit higher. So I'm going to just kind of fake it and put one just a little bit, about 1/3 up. There we go. And so here's our copy of our card. Isn't it great? I love the colors. So those are my cards today. I'll let you take a picture of this. This up here, I cut this a little bit smaller with the Designer Series paper, and then I added Balmy Blue behind it. On this one, I just wanted the white to show because I wanted it to look just a little bit cleaner. So those are those. Here are the cards that I created today. I gotta find it. There we go. These are our cards for this today. So tell me what you guys think. Okay, I hope that you like this. I just think that this was beautiful. I loved the ideas. I loved how these all, turned out. I'm ready for spring. I'm really ready for summer. So thank you again, you guys. So again, my name is Kevon. I'm from ktstamps.com. And my motto is creating cards for you. So thank you so very, 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 very much. Take care. Bye-bye.